Hey guys, what's up? It's been a little while since I've uploaded a video. Yeah, so I've built this team here on Pokemon Showdown that's been performing really well. And I'll just go into it. Let's do this. So first off, I got my Pelipper here as my range setter. So I am kind of multitasking. I'm grinding up one of my Pokemon on my team to level 100 right now so I can hyper train it. So yes, I've got my Pelipper here with Damp Rock and Drizzle, physically defensive, because its typing just screams physically defensive, doesn't it? Like, take those fire hit, like the fire bits, fire punches, drain punches, rock slides, earthquakes. You don't want to take too many rock slides though. But yeah, the Pelipper is awesome for setting rain. It's got Scald, Hurricane, Roost, and U-turn. Scald for obvious spam and the odd burn, Hurricane for 100% accurate, the odd confusion, Roost for sustain, and U-turn for the slow U-turn, because slow U-turning is awesome, especially if you want to get switched out to this guy safely. So I got Circuitry here, which is incredibly awesome. Choice Scarf with a modest nature. What's 265 divided by 2? 132. So it gets to like 397 speed or something when it has a Choice Scarf. So it's not the fastest, but it's awesome for late game, especially with a perfectly accurate Thunder Volt switch. If the rain's not up and you just feel like you need to switch out. HPIs for Garchomp, Landorus, and such, and Energy Ball just for why not. Lets you hit Gastrodon and stuff off the switch. Yeah, you have to predict it obviously, but yeah. And then we got Dugtrio here, which is awesome for handling things that Circuitry can't handle too well, like Chansey. I 2-hit KO'd a Chansey with this, no, it was a Blissey. With this Dugtrio with Life Orb, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Sucker Punch, and Shadow Claw. Literally all I've ever used is Earthquake. I haven't used any of those other moves yet. Then we got our Swift Swimmer with Choice Specs. Kingdra hits like a freaking truck despite that base 95 special attack. Like, Choice Specs in the rain surf like decimates almost everything. It's like scary how powerful this thing is. Then we got Draco Meteor just for nukes mid game and stuff. Ice Beam to hit Garchomp just in case. I haven't used it yet, but stuff like that. And Dragon Pulse for a dragon type stab move if you don't want to drop your special attack and you need to clean up late game. Then we got our Marowak here, which doesn't really look like it fits on this team, but it really does. I've got a Careful Nature here with max special defense, max HP. Its stats don't look all too bulky, but it really is. It's got Lightning Rod here to absorb electric attacks for Pelipper. And it's good for taking HP Ices from the odd Pokemon like Raikou or Zapdos or any other electric type attack, especially Circuitry, because they might expect Dugtrio to switch in to take a Thunderbolt and they go for HP Ice or something, and then Marowak comes in instead and it absorbs it and then sets up Stealth Rocks or shoots out a Will-O-Wisp or anything like that. Marowak is like the dark horse of this team, and it's really, really good. And then last up, we have Tapu Fini here as our defogger, just because hazards suck. We've got Moonblast and Muddy Water here for stab attacks, and we're running Muddy Water over Scald because it doesn't have the best accuracy, but it does have a 30% chance to lower the target's accuracy by 1 stage, so which could be nice late game if you're just sacking your Tapu Fini. And Nature's Madness because it's like a Super Fang and you're a tanky Pokemon, and it's nice to do half damage to stuff so that your other Pokemon can clean up easier later in the game. So that's the team. I did have a replay to show you. I don't know where it went. I guess I'll find another one. Okay, just a second here. Okay, so here's a different replay, I guess. I guess I saved it a little while ago, but here it is. Let's just play with the music off. So, leading with Pelipper against Garchomp, normal. He's probably going to set up Stealth Rocks or something. I switch out. Don't want to take a... what's it called? rough skin damage, so I just don't bother U-turning, and he hits me with a +2 Iron Head with his Garchomp, and does a nice amount of damage, and he realizes it's not a 2-hit KO, so he switches out. Well, he switches to Earthquake as I go out to Pelipper, and go for the Scald, and don't get the burn on the Gliscor, but that's okay. That wasn't a smart move for him anyway, but Gliscor goes down to the Scald. Now in comes Cheeto, and we just U-turn out of that. Whatever's gonna come in is gonna get hit like a truck, unless it's Marowak. And Marowak can just like go for a Will-O-Wisp or a Stealth Rock, whatever it wants right now. Marowak is awesome, except we missed Will-O-Wisp. I remember this battle now. Okay, so I don't know why he tried Will-O-Wisping me. This is kind of low on the ladder, but this doesn't really matter too much because this is just kind of showing what this team's capable of, and it's capable of a lot. So if you're afraid of using a Marowak on a rain team, don't be. He expects me to go for a Will-O-Wisp again, and he switches out to his Espeon. So I go for a Shadow Bone, and that lets me kill his Espeon. So that's cool. So Marowak got a KO, and Pelipper got a KO. Garchomp is scary. Don't want anything taking hits from that. So I switch out to Pelipper, and he goes for another Earthquake or something. I don't know why he did that, but he goes down to a Scald, and in comes Cheeto again. It double switches out to Blissey as I U-turn. Okay, I go out to Xurkitree to test if I can 2-hit KO it with a Modest Thunder, but I can't. Blissey's just way too bulky, so I just get out of there and go to Tapu Fini because I can just Nature's Madness it. I might have to sack Tapu Fini here, but that's okay. Just Nature's Madness it, get it down to half, and let Tapu Fini go down to annoying things like Seismic Toss. Nature's Madness, and he just goes for another Softball. I think he's going to kill me next turn. That's probably the safest bet. Yeah, I go for the Nature's Madness and the Seismic Toss. Next turn I get Dugtrio out here, lock it, make sure that the Blissey can't switch out. And then just smack it with an Earthquake, and that's dead Blissey. So this team's synergy is just so good. Like, it's just incredible how good it is. Dugtrio got a kill on the Cheeto. And in comes the Dusclops. It won't matter too much. I just Shadow Claw it, and I think Xurkitree comes in later after Dugtrio dies and just finishes it off. Either that or Kingdra? I don't even remember. He might have forfeited actually. Goes for the Pain Split as I switch to my Pelipper, but I just go for the Skull, fishing for the burn. I get the crit and the burn. Awesome. Okay, if you're gonna run Confuse Ray on a Dusclops, this is my suggested moveset. It's not even legal in Smogom, so here's my suggested moveset. Double Team, Confuse Ray, Will-O-Wisp or Toxic, and Rest. That's how you use Confuse Ray Dusclops. Okay, and yeah, I just get Xurkitree in here to finish that thing off, and it's done. Xurkitree got a kill, but Xurkitree usually finds 3 kills minimum, unless I like screw up at the beginning of the battle and get ultra decimated. But Xurkitree and Kingdra are definitely the powerhouses of this team. They're awesome. Pelipper's there for utility and finding the odd KO with its stabs. Dugtrio's just there for cleanup. Marowak's there for utility, and just a good switch in, and Tapu Fini's there for utility as well. And it's a really good team. Looks electric weak, but really because of Marowak's what's it called, Lightning Rod, it isn't. This team's really good, and I suggest you use it or edit it in your way. Maybe switch Xurkitree out for Tapu Koko, which is a really popular combination, Pelipper and Tapu Koko. But I wanted to play with Xurkitree, and I like it better, but that's just me. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Subscribe.